We were playing some dual Destinies. Like. Okay. Alright, Turnabout Academy. Try it. Day 2. Trial Day 2. Yeah. October 26, 9:45 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Were you able to sleep last night? Huh? Oh, sleep. Sure I slept. For a grand total of 0 hours. Guten Morgen, you two. You look like you're ready to put on a real show. But before you do, I have a good luck gift for you. The voice print analysis came back, and the results couldn't be more clear. The voice in the mock trial video and the tape recording are one and the same. In other words, recording's a fabrication. Tape recorder updated in the court record. The voice on the tape says, "You're a goner," just like in Junie's script. It's been identified as a fake. The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they've found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a bit longer to recover the audio that was erased. Thump. Who's there? Wait. Did you see who it was? No, I got a quick look, but they got away. I think it might have been you. I bet he was eavesdropping. I wonder if he saw our hand. Oh, I'm sure he wasn't the only one just now. I bet Robin and Boxgirl were listening in, too. I will make sure they don't make a run for it. That's my final gift to you. Okay, all that's left now is to reach out to the truth, whatever that means. Time for a mini Chords of Steel workout. I'm Apollo Justice, and I'm fine. Your turn. I'm Athena Sachs, and I'm fine. October 26, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 4. Day 2. Court is now in session. All rise. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Juniper Woods. The Sachs Brigade is totally sacked. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready as well? Isn't that right, Prosecutor Blackwell? Yes, well, moving right along. Yesterday's adjournment was unexpected, yet necessary. But I'll be running a tight ship here today, so no funny business from anybody, understood? Your boldness, Robin Newman and Hugh O'Connor have recanted their confessions. But later I shall grill them at leisure to find whether I can charge them with perjury. Well, this sure complicates matters. Still, one must not overlook the facts. Now, about the school camera photo that was submitted yesterday. A pity, but that evidence is no longer relevant to this case. The art-room clock runs fast. It cannot function as an accurate measure of time. As for the bungling detective who overlooked that, he is paying for his failure as we speak. Oh, Detective Fulbright. I hope he returns to work with all his body parts intact. But if that's the case, then what will we... The accused is the sole person who could have moved the body from Artem to stage, and I mean to prove it here this day.
It's just like Detective Fulbright said, but what else does he have up his sleeve?
My understanding of this heinous crime is thus. The murder took place near the center of the artery, as evidenced by the bloodstain. Blood was also found on some pottery next to the window over the maintenance area, which is to say the body was carried over to that very window. From there, it was dropped down to the maintenance area below, and though there was nary a scratch to the body aside from the fatal wound, suspicious, that too was per the script. A high jump mat was employed to cushion the fall. Then a ball cart was used to haul the body over to the stage.
Well, that's not very clever. I mean, it's the exact same body moving scheme as the script. Anyone could have moved the body that way.
Objection!
Your propensity to spew forth words before you think is not very clever either.
Why, you...
Moreover, the prosecution has a witness, which is most unfortunate for you. Witness, it's time for you to come forth. Well then, will the witness please state his name and occupation? Hugh O'Connor. I'm a senior at Themis Legal Academy. I'm studying to be a lawyer. Yesterday I told that lawyer there that I would testify to the truth. So, I intend to cooperate fully in today's trial. Happy now, Miss Sykes?
Yeah. What's he up to now?
The court appreciates your cooperation, Mr. O'Connor. Now, your testimony, please.
Witness testimony.
What O'Connor saw. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that.
What?
The real truth hurts so much, doesn't it, Miss Sykes? Or maybe you thought I was going to bring up something else entirely against your client?
Oh. Never snap a comeback when I need one. He's coming straight at us today, using any means possible.
To protect the students who had to climb up high when setting up the stage, a mat was brought over to the stage from the storehouse.
Our client's a student council president. What's wrong with her taking it upon herself to put the mat away after they used it?
Objection!
Oh, there's plenty wrong. There's but one mat in the entire school that could cushion a fall from such lofty heights. Ergo, the mat in question was indispensable to moving the body.
Aha! It sucks being the last to know everything. I think I get it now. The drag marks we saw behind the stage were made by the mat.
If the only mat of that thickness was where the body is assumed to have been dropped, it would be hard to deny a possible link to this case.
We're off to a bad start again. Are you sure you're okay, Athena? It's game on, Hugh. Game on. I'm gonna turn your arrogant perfect score grin into a teary-eyed frown of failure. Cross-examination.
What O'Connor saw. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. Okay, so we're talking, hold on. It's been a while since I looked at this evidence. We're talking about, we were looking at, in particular, these photos happening during setup. When does this happen? Because this does show him doing stuff. But anyway,
Hold it! Hold it! Hold it right there!
what? I was just getting to the important part. Eager to unsheath your blade, Sykes Dono. Your heavy breath heaves to where I stand.
Objection!
How rude! A human's breath doesn't travel anywhere near that far.
So, the only issue is distance. You're not denying that you're a heavy breather.
I'm just saying, scientific studies have proven that it's not. Hang in there, Athena. No matter how many insults they hurl, it won't affect the judge's opinion. What about my own self-esteem? It ain't about you.
Let's get back to what happened before the mock trial. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat from behind the stage.
Hold it!
Our client was simply putting the mat away. It had nothing to do with this case. Do we even have any evidence of her even touching it at all? Like, where did I don't even.
Objection!
That is where you are wrong. There is but one mat in the entire school that can cushion a 3-story fall. Hence, the mat dragged by the accused was essential to moving the body.
If we win this one, I promise to donate another thick mat to the academy.
Now, show me how to show you the truth. You'll have my full cooperation. I was watching her from a vantage point between the stage and maintenance area.
Hold it!
What's that? Mr. O'Connor, are you positive you're standing exactly where you said?
I was between the stage and maintenance area, and she was behind the backdrop.
He's sticking to his guns. The issue here is where he was standing when he says he saw Junie. But nothing I say will mean anything without evidence. Time to dig a little deeper.
Oh, and before you ask, I had my glasses on. Therefore, I'm positive it was Juniper. That is not an issue. She was heading towards me, so I assumed she was on her way to the maintenance area.
Hold it!
You shouldn't assume anything. It only shows that you're not positive. Athena, you need to be getting better at pressing.
Objection!
With such wild momentum, perhaps you were a raging bull in your past life.
Objection!
Don't compare to me some stupid farm animal.
Hoy, Justice Dono.
Our assertion is Juniper was simply putting the mat away. In that case, where would she be taking it? Oh, to the storehouse, over in the maintenance area.
Precisely. Therefore, there is naught wrong with the witness's judgment in this matter. It is your wild charges that are the issue here. But I cannot help it if you keep seeing red.
He's gonna get a face full of justice, Apollo style, if he keeps that up. Like?
Anyway, I saw her heading toward me. But I didn't have time to stand around and see what she did after that. Time? Why not?
When it's entirely possible someone else moved the body, correct?
Objection!
Are you mad or merely delusional? Everyone was in the lecture hall before the mock trial. The rest of the campus was empty. Ergo, the only probable suspects were the 3 trial participants.
I know. Thank you for stating the obvious. I also know that you, Hugh O'Connor, were one of the participants. Mr. Confidence sure goes all out when he tells the quote-unquote truth. Well, I don't think he meant for any of that to be misleading, but that'll make it factual. Factual? Careful now, Athena. A genius like you could be leading you right into a trap. I'd be surprised if he wouldn't, but all I can do is charge forward with both eyes open. The lecture hall was packed before the mock trial, but the rest of the campus was empty. That's when I saw Juniper dragging a large mat. Okay, so what do we do here? Vantage point between the stage and the maintenance area. Where the heck even is that? Oh, right, there's a whole fence there. There's a whole fence there that she did not take it over. Okay, so where can I put that, I guess that's here. Okay, I don't like... I don't think this is the correct place to show this. No. It would be at where she was taking it. Right. See, this is what I want to object to, because she couldn't be. She couldn't be. Because of the fence. Okay, I didn't mean to do it again. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have to hear. You can't assume she was heading there because that was all fenced off. And you could see the fence between her and the stage area. That's why I'm going to object. The game's not going to like it because the game is whatever.
Objection!
Yeah, because the game is whatever. This piece of evidence clearly reveals an inconsistency in the witness's testimony.
I've been doing this far too long to be fooled by such nonsense.
Ugh. And I really tried hard that time, too. Your Honor, can I at least get credit for trying?
Very well. I hereby award Miss Sykes the court's Wasted Effort Award.
No! Where's the love? Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so what can I show? The wire between the stage and the art room. Blood was found. I think that. Well, do I want to show it here? I'm pretty sure I don't. But I'm gonna.
Objection!
There you go. So, you saw back of the stage from between the stage and maintenance area? Well, let's take a look at this photo taken by Miss Scuttlebutt, shall we? This photo shows students standing up stage day before a mock trial. You see the big construction screens around the stage in the background here?
Why, yes. In fact, there were a bunch of those next to my house until a few days ago, too. It was so noisy behind there, but I couldn't take a peek. Oh, how it piqued my interest.
Exactly, Your Honor. You cannot see past such screens. That's your purpose. Now, let's see. How exactly is that screen positioned again? Since it was to the right of the stage, it should be right here. And from this vantage point, the witness claims to have seen our client behind the stage backdrop.
Oh, my. But the screen would have been completely in the way.
Well, that's right. Therefore, the witness couldn't possibly have seen our client from this point. Yeah. Like.
Order, order. Mr. O'Connor, have you been lying to this court?
Screen. Right. I must have slipped my mind. What? Are you telling me you, Mr. Genius, forgot something as literally big as that?
There are two kinds of memory lapses. The normal kind your mouth breathers have, and the genius level lapses of memory that people like me have.
Why don't you just admit that it was a normal everyday brain fart already?
Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory?
Love those goofy they caught me animations. Yeah, some of them go a little bit over the top.
Will the witness now please restate what he remembers minus the lapses of memory?
That's easy. I was on the other side of the screen.
In other words, I witnessed Juniper from the stage side of the screen.
Objection!
You're testifying that our client was behind the stage. But need I remind this court, the back of the stage is not visible from the front? To actually see our client behind the stage from the stage side of the screen. The witness himself would also have to be in the same area behind the stage. But in that case, our client would have definitely seen Mr. O'Connor. Ouch. A nice one, Athena. Keep it up.
Objection!
Or not.
All right, Golden Boy, is this not your chance? Telling the truth will be like a weight lifted from your chest.
Truth? What truth?
The fact that Golden Boy here was where he initially stated. That is to say, he was between the maintenance area and the stage.
Objection!
But then the screen would have blocked his view.
Objection!
On the ground, yes, his view would have been blocked, indeed. But consider how smoke always wants to rise up high.
Athena, look at the photo again. Do you think something on the other side of the screen? Something high enough to see the stage? No way. Is crane right here? I remember seeing a crane there on the day of the mock trial. Me neither, but it's probably safe to assume it was moved before you found the body.
That's fair enough, Oscar Blackwell. Remember, you promised. I recall making no such promise. It was you who came blubbering to me about keeping quiet in exchange for information.
What's all this about a promise? Is this about whatever Blackwell's used against him? What's it got to do with going into the crane?
Golden Boy did not go up in that crane for fun. He was working part-time as a crane operator within the school grounds. What? Do you mean to tell me a high school student was operating a crane?
The witness, I object to the prosecutor's last statement.
There's no proof I ever operated that crane.
Hold it!
The photos.
Actually, there just might be something that proves you did.
What?
If this whole part-time job thing is true, I doubt it'll be limited to a single day. You're probably working at the same site the previous day, too. Is this what you're thinking of, Athena? Yep. As the court can see, this photo captured the crane's operator. And if you look carefully, he bears a definite resemblance to Mr. O'Connor.
Are you serious? This is ridiculous. How very interesting. Let's ascertain whether this is as ridiculous as the witness maintains.
The defense agrees with the prosecution. Let's bring facts to light.
That's all very well and good, but just how do you propose to do that?
First, this photo has one really distinguishing feature. I'm not 100% sure, but it's at least worth a try. We can clearly identify the person in this photo as a witness by examining Fingerprints, his neck, his hobby. Okay, first off, we're going to look at the guy here. Neck. The neck is interesting, but we can't see what he's normally wearing around his neck. So, no. His hobby? I mean, the fingerprints are not in the photo. The hobby, his hobby is archery. We did learn that if it's not actually here. But that's not like visible here. Hold on a second here. Fine, we can examine his neck. I don't know if examining his neck will help. I really don't know. Figured his photo's wearing a very unique object around his neck.
Why, yes, you can see it right there. But then, are you saying you mean to...
Mr. Connor's neck is almost entirely concealed by his tall collar. But that's exactly why I believe this warrants further examination.
Oh, not a chance. That would be a blatant violation of my privacy.
Yeah, you could plead the fifth or something.
You're a disgrace of a man. Now start unbuttoning that collar before I hack it off.
Yeah, what's the big deal? Now let's see your neck. Is it the friendship bracelet?
Guess I have no choice.
Is the friendship bracelet.
Oh my.
So, where'd you buy that neckband, if I might ask? Blackpool is intense. A little bit.
I didn't buy it. It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world.
Well, sure looks like the neckband in the photo. Should we have photo analyzed?
You're one irritating lady. Fine, I admit it. I work a part-time construction job. It has nothing to do with our school. Operating heavy equipment's no big deal for a guy who can parallel park one-handed. But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school.
Your favorite AA game? Yeah.
I have...
Well, I've got to play the ball so I can determine if I get a favor. We've only come this far.
But I never expected one of my jobs would take me to my own school. But when you factor in all of the required tests and apprenticeship period, wouldn't you have to be at least 20 to have a license for operating a crane? Oh, about that. You see, I'm a genius, so, you know.
Objection!
Let us dispense with this inane charade, golden boy. No, Prosecutor Blackwell, please don't. High school seniors are 19 at most. Thus, they fail to complete the requirements. But that does not apply to you, does it, Mr. O'Connor?
Why doesn't it apply? He's a senior, so he's around that age, right?
No, don't, please. Actually, Golden Boy here is 25. He took a 7-year break from school.
Why? Come again?
Take a gander at the official school enrollment documentation. 'Tis all right there.
Ouch! 25? You mean he's older than me?
A 25-year-old high school student.
A 7-year break? 7 years? I've just one thing to say. There are two kinds of 7-year breaks. The ordinary kind your mouth breathers take. And the genius kind people like me take.
Objection!
But a genius would quickly become a chore for a 7-year break. Huh? What does this sentence mean? I think you have that backwards, Athena. Even geniuses make mistakes. I just happened to make mine only 7 years in a row. Only you could get away with using only like that. Enough of this jibber-jabber. Suffice to say, the witness was up in the crane when he saw the accused dragging the mat. The accused did all she needed to move the body immediately prior to doing so. That much is clear. I see no need to deliberate the matter further, except for the fact that the whole barrier was there between the stage and the maintenance area. Bark, 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 bark. Considering that the body was moved in the same manner as in the script, I find Prosecutor Blackwell's claim to be quite persuasive. Does the defense care to dissuade me? Yes. As long as a mat was used to move a body, Junie's going to be under suspicion. Athena, I just thought of something. Yeah, it was carried in one of the banners. What was Hugh doing in the crane right before the mock trial? He couldn't have been on the job at the time. I mean, he was waiting for the trial to start. Yeah, why was he in the crane? Wait, you don't think... Your Honor.
Yes, Miss Sykes?
I got it. I got an amazing idea. I'll turn the prosecution's claim on its head. Little conjecture never stopped us before.
Interesting.
Mr. O'Connor, you were using the crane to move a body. Move yourself. Move the screen. The screen. The screen. The screen needed to be moved. I've been whining about this. And we were just asserting that the body was being moved by the banner, which is separate. So I want to say the screen, even though I'm pretty sure the game will not like that for some reason. This screen was in your way, so you want to move it. Then why, pray tell, is it still in the exact same spot it always was? Well, that's easy. Witness changed his mind. Or witness put it back when he was done.
The court is close to changing his mind about the defense.
No! Another chance of that one, please? Mr. O'Connor, you used the crane to move a body. The body was just like it was in the script, so it must have been moved like in the script too. At least that's what the prosecution believes. How simplistic, even foolish. Those are pretty strong words, Athena. Are you sure about this? The witness is a licensed crane operator, so he could have used it to move the body.
Objection!
Well, Golden Boy, care to chime in? I intend to say no more on the matter. Save that this does not bode well for you.
Wait, he's on my side this time? Or is this another trap? I think that Blackwell is taking an extreme pleasure in making Golden Boy as uncomfortable as possible. Ha. Watch this. I could use a bow and arrow one-handed. Wow, that's a crazy level of dexterity. I can even drive a crane with one hand. That's easy.
But operating the crane itself is so complex, it requires both hands. Now, I would have the court look at this. Oh, dear. Wait. Oh. Please tell me it's a ketchup stain. You wish. My hand was injured and required surgery. Well, was it injured in the act of murder? And that's the reason I kept my hand in my pocket all this time. You noticed it, didn't you? Didn't you? I've already verified this with the hospital treatment. Quite a nasty wound, they say. So, how'd you hurt it? I see no need to discuss that. It has no relevance to this case. 2 hands are required to operate complex machinery such as a crane. Ergo, on the day of the mock trial, the witness was incapable of moving the body by crane. Now I'm the fool. I'd planned on moving the crane the night before the mock trial, but then I got injured. Wanting to keep my part-time job a secret, I had to do it just before the mock trial instead. Here, I thought this was the big break we've been waiting for. Now that the defense's sophistry is laid bare, I would have the court recall my claim. The body was dropped out of a 3rd-floor window to a mat near the maintenance area. Then a ball cart was used to move it to the stage. See, I've been paying attention. Well done, your baldness. Now, consider this. The accused was sighted dragging that mat. Ergo, it was she who moved the body.
Well, I think you're on the right track, Athena. You do? Yeah, Juniper remains a prime suspect if we assume the body was moved per her script. So, as a defense, you have to figure out how else the body could have been moved. But the banner, back. But, oh, was he telling me to think of another way besides a crane?
Ms. Sykes, if you have a counter-argument, this court would love to hear it. And if you do not, it is time for the verdict. Isn't that correct, your baldness?
Objection!
No, not yet. All I have to do is show the body wasn't moved like it was in the script, right? Well, that would show that the mat had nothing to do with this case. There's a sword of great renown that cuts down sophistic lawyers. Its name is evidence. You don't scare me. Force his mouth, Theta. You can do it. What's wrong with your face, Theta? It's a weird mix of terror and creepy grin. Just focus on how the body could have been moved without it being dropped. How could anyone lower it without just dropping it? It's not like it could fly. We've already seen the back. Or maybe it could. After all, there is a way to zip between the art room and the stage. Someone could easily use that thing. Oh, yes, of course. Ms. Sykes, the court would like to see what you have for us. All I have to do is show the tiniest shred of possibility. The mat and ball cart weren't used to move the body. This is what was used. The one with blood on it.
Take that!
Possibly. Kay here's the thing that ties the art room and the stage together. Might I propose an idea? Was I supposed to show the burnt one? It might do you well to tie your lips together, lest you further expose your ignorance. This isn't exactly the time for black comedy, Prosecutor Blackwell. Anyway, court will recall the wire on which school banner was hung. That wire was strung between the art room and the stage, which allowed students to run or reel in the school banner from the art room. The body could have easily been lowered down the stage via this wire.
Objection!
Spare me your armchair theories. This wasn't some kind of high-wire act. The body surely would have fallen, yet there are no signs of blunt force trauma.
Objection!
Oh, you surprised me, Prosecutor Blackwell. You didn't actually think I failed to account for that? I'm sure that's exactly what he thought. When we investigated the stage yesterday, the bottom part of the school banner had been tied into a pouch-like shape. And pouches are useful for carrying things. What do you think this one could have carried?
Well, go on. Please explain.
The body was bundled in the pouch-like section of the banner and sent down the wire. The body would have been down on that stage in a flash, and there'd be no need for a map.
I've heard the phrase carrying the banner, but the banner doing the carrying?
Objection!
I've no patience for you and your cheap parlor tricks. Your claim is as shaky as a corpse performing that absurd high-wire act.
If you have an actual objection, then just come out and say it.
I trust you recall the bloodstains left on the art room pottery. If the wire had been used to move the body, it would have to be via the window above the quad, the one with the winch. However, the bloodstained pottery was next to the window above the maintenance area. If only pottery was movable. Ergo, the wire and banner had not at all to do with this case.
Oh, bloodstained pottery? I remember that. This doesn't look good. We'll be back to the mat theory if you don't do something.
Well, Miss Sykes, I have something better this time than a circus act.
If my wire theory is true, then that blood on the pottery must not have been
The victim's blood, or blood at all. Maybe it belonged to, someone who recently injured their hand? Someone who just showed us a bandaged hand?
Maybe it's not the victim's blood. Did the police check to see from whom the blood on the product came from?
Shame on your Sykes, Dono. Have a little more respect for the constabulary. Fool bright.
Looks like they didn't check it. Don't let it get you down, Prosecutor Blackwell. Everyone makes mistakes.
Spare me your cheek. We will know not either way till the tests are run.
True, but in the meantime, I'm going to press my claim as far as I can.
Your baldness. I demand that the blood on the pottery be analyzed this instant. Of course. It shouldn't take long to get the results back. Oh, my, that was quick.
We're history if it turns out to be the victim's blood.
But if it turns out to be,
Hugh's blood? Please let it be someone else's.
It seems the blood was not from the victim. What? Furthermore, a comparison with other parties involved with this case reveals that the blood belongs to one Hugh O'Connor.
Score! Don't worry, Junie. Just try to relax. Hugh's hands. His hands were dripping with blood. We already knew one of them was. Your Honor, as we saw earlier, the witness's left hand had suffered serious injury. He sustained the wound and struggled with the victim, and his blood got on the pottery. Then Junie saw his blood-stained hands as they passed each other in the first floor hall. It's the only explanation that covers everything.
Objection!
There is but one way now to turn aside her blade, but do not cast the blame on me. Your grudge is with Sykes, Dona, for it is she who forces me to expose your secret. Fine, whatever.
Wow, how much dirt does he have on here?
The court will observe this odd-looking envelope. It was inside this that Miriam Scuttlebut's script was found.
Miss Scuttlebutt? But didn't the prosecution already claim that this envelope was the one that contained the script? Oof.
Real hydration. Like. Circumstances have changed. You see, Golden Boy had hidden this from us all. Let's see here. My word, talk about the world's most painful paper cut. Indeed, you can clearly see that if this envelope is not opened correctly, a powerful spring-loaded blade will shoot forth, leaving a horrible gash upon the hand. The only one who had been told of the correct way to open it was Constance Court.
You really want to see my script that bad? Well, you better watch out. Read it without my permission, and you'll wish you hadn't.
Wow.
Yikes. Miriam wasn't kidding when she said that.
The blood on the blade is the witnesses. Our genius here tried to sneak a peek at the wrong script, and paid for his foolishness.
Ouch! This guy's the worst genius I've ever seen. Who expects a booby-trapped envelope? Don't worry, Athena. The wound isn't that deep. We still got the wire theory. Yeah, I got it. Since the blood by the window overlooking the maintenance area isn't the victim's, there's no longer any basis for denying the body was moved using the wire and banner. Therefore, the defense once again asserts just that.
You call yourself a lawyer? Don't you see the glaring contradiction in your thinking?
Huh?
The court would like to remind the witness that his role is not to point out. And you, how can you adhere to such outdated beliefs? But whatever. It seems you've forgotten the two statues that were on stage directly below the wire. A body sent sliding down that wire would have crashed into them. Care to explain that away? There was a thing that crashed, else? Why, I believe he's right. The statues on the wire are extremely close together.
So the body would have collided with the statues? What if they did collide? Wait, that's it. Speaking of those statues, we still don't know how they were broken. But if we assume the body crashed into them, that would also explain that loud sound we heard while we were in the waiting room.
Oh, now that you mention it. You and Mr. Wright went out to the stage after you heard that sound, correct?
Objection!
Interesting. Very interesting. But may I ask just one question? When was it that you heard said sound?
It was a little after the mock trial had started. Mr. Wright and I were practically bored to tears there in the waiting room when... Ah!
Precisely. If that sound you heard did happen while the body was being moved, That would place it during the mock trial.
Oh, which means the body wouldn't have been there before the mock trial started.
You see, right before the mock trial started, I saw the body.
He said he saw the body before the mock trial. If so, then my claim that the body was moved during the mock trial doesn't hold water. Stupid contradiction. It's going to get me and our case killed.
The focus was on just 3 suspects because the body was moved before the mock trial. That has been the major premise thus far. Your assertion, therefore, contradicts the very foundation of this case.
Objection!
Both sides still lack incontrovertible evidence. So, should we not also treat Golden Boy's testimony with some level of suspicion? Good point.
But Prosecutor Blackwell, he's on our side. I bet he's figured out the truth behind this case.
Oh,
Well, great, as long as you know something else. If statues really were broken when the body hit him, then Hugh's statement about seeing the body before the mock trial is a big fat lie. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's get to the bottom of this contradiction about when you saw the body. Look me straight in the eyes and repeat your statement to me.
Like I said before, before the mock trial, the body was, you know... I shall only say this once, Golden Boy. You had best tell the truth, and do it now. That is, if your head wishes to enjoy the continued companionship of your body.
Yikes!
Now, out with it. Did you truly witness the body?
Or were you just lying about it? Well, which is it?
You what? I never saw the body. Are you sure about that? Lie to this court again and I'll charge you with perjury. There was no body on that stage. I've been lying about that this whole time. I'm sorry.
Yes! We've exposed Hugh's big lie for what it is. But why would he lie about this to begin with? Why would he? Heck with buttons. Fuck.
Order. The base premise that the body was moved before the mock trial has been overturned. I imagine this has an impact on both the defense and the prosecution's case.
Well, first I'd like to thank the prosecutor. This brings us one step closer to the truth. Now, at least we know the body was moved using the wire and the school banner.
Indeed. That much I shall concede, Sykes-Turner. The body was moved as you stated, and in the midst of the mock trial. So both sides are satisfied then? If the body was moved before the mock trial, we have our 3 suspects. But if the move took place in the midst of the mock trial, it is an entirely different story.
Right. All 3 suspects were in the mock trial. That gives them solid alibis.
Objection!
How simplistic. Did you forget about the student in charge of the audio?
Junie!
Amidst the mock trial, she was the one soul who could leave and re-enter the lecture hall. What's this? Who is this person in charge of the audio?
Oh no, how could I forget? It was... Hey, what's the deal here? Why is Junie so large in this shop? Juniper was also in charge of the audio. When she went in the trials, she was in the audio control room, dealing with the music.
Indeed. The one who could enter the art room admits the mock trial to move the body was none other than the accused, Juniper Woods, for she was in charge of the audio.
Hey, no!
Why, yes, I see. That does make perfect sense.
Which can't be happening. Instead of exposing huge crime, Junie's in even deeper. No matter how you slice her, we're cooked. Here I thought Prosecutor Blackwood was on our side, at least on this issue. The Twisted Samurai strikes again. Twisted? It's more like Dirty Rotten.
Your baldness, it is time to put an end to this farce. The prosecution has presented a quite convincing case, but the defense has one last chance to voice any remaining objections. Well, Miss Sykes?
Paulo, what are we gonna do? I got nothing left. Nothing. Nada. Niente. I've been trying to think of something, but I'm drawing a big blank too. Poor Junie. Unless we figure out something, she'll be... Objection. Objection? Well, I objected...
Stop right there. All ears to me. It's time you heard about the rare genius of Hugh O'Connor. Oh no. Listen, and you will hear the secret behind my perfect crime. Perfect crime?
Wait, this is some serious deja vu. Didn't we just go through something like this yesterday? Yes we did. This had better not be another one of his enraging traps.
The murder, the moving of the body, the cover-up, it all sprung from my brilliant mind. Well, go ahead, arrest me. The real killer is right before you. Order. Order, I say. Mr. O'Connor, you already confessed yesterday, then earlier today recanted your confession. As if you mouth breathers can comprehend my genius. The end justifies the means. Now, bow down and kneel. Kneel before my great and maddening intellect. He says, crying and chewing on a bow.
Objection!
Enough. The only thing maddening is the ignominy you bear for all to see. For it is impossible for you to have been the perpetrator behind this crime. Ah! There is no perfect crime, only a perfect alibi, for you were at the mock trial. And it is silly that I must remind you of this, but you were a participant the entire time. There shall be no mercy if you persist in hindering this trial with your silly little act.
You doesn't seem the least bit shaken by Blackwell's threat.
Listen, Mr. Prosecutor, calling that a perfect alibi is beyond contempt. Your Honor, I'd like to take this opportunity to offer further testimony. I will now demonstrate the very moment of genius that transcended even perfection. Wow. Witness testimony. Hugh's confession. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double almost did. Queasel! Howdy do, guy.
Welcome in.
That means I didn't almost lose. My body double almost did.
Hi.
I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. I have a question I was hoping the defense and prosecution might help answer.
Been here the whole time? The whole time.
Whole time. Is it just me, or does the witness testimony make no sense at all?
No, it's not just you, Your Honor. All I got from listening to that was a headache. Yeah, that was just plain weird. Especially the whole thing about a body double.
Well, I'm relieved it's not just me. And the prosecution? Your Boldness, summon an ambulance this instant. The witness is stark, raving mad. Yes, I think that would be for the best. Now then, let's pretend that never happened and move on to my verdict.
You people don't believe me? Well, it's not a matter of not believing you. It's more lines of question your sanity. Yeah, the funny farm just called. They want their genius back. You know, we don't have to do it this way. Shut your pie holes. The intellect of a genius transcends even logic. Besides, don't you guys have that weird device for testimony like this?
Objection!
Widget's not a weird device, and I don't waste him on ridiculous testimonies. Easy there, Tiger. Think of it this way. We don't want a verdict to be passed just yet. So how about we give Widget a try? Well, this is against my better judgment, but I'd like to conduct a short therapy session.
I mean, that would be one thing you could do to someone who presents with your better judgment. I'm a judge, and it's far beyond mine, yet I find it hard to say no. Prosecutor Blackwell, I trust you have no objections. Prosecutor Blackwell?
Prosecutor said, rubbish, we will be out on a stroll. Then left with Detective Fulbright. How does he get away with stuff like that?
Then I'll interpret that as meaning he has no explicit objections. All right, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your therapy session.
I've seen my share of crazy trials, but this one takes the cake. Oink. Oh no, the body double face. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. Overwhelming joy. That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose. My body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. And overwhelming joy throughout. I don't get it. His confession's overflowing with happiness. Maybe he enjoys thinking about how us mouth breathers can't comprehend his genius. This goes way beyond normal happiness. He seems to take an insane level of delight in his confession. Even a normal level of delight would be weird for a confession. And again, he's not what I'd call normal. Hugh, why are you confessing? Who's this really for? I feel like that's key to his out-of-control emotion. Well, he's confessing for Juniper. Obviously. Well, it also saves him some face if that wasn't actually him at the trial. short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. Yeah, about that. Oh, we can ask about individual people. Sure. Tell me about Juniper.
Got it!
Do I? Mr. O'Connor, yesterday you said you didn't really care about Ms. Woods anymore. You did. You're still wearing the bracelet now, too. I already told Juniper, so I might as well tell you. I don't really care about her anymore. What? Why? Yeah, well, Juniper reported my secret to Professor Court. His secret? Oh, the bribe. She wanted nothing to do with me because I disappointed her. That's why I don't care about her anymore. I was never trying to protect her. My confession was always about one thing, and one thing only, the truth.
Objection!
Mr. O'Connor, you feel great happiness in the fact that you might have set Ms. Woods free. So much so that it overshadowed all your other emotions. What are you... I can hear clearly now, Mr. O'Connor. Discord you've been trying to suppress. People don't normally feel like you do when you confess. So, he really was trying to protect Juniper? Juniper? Yes, I'm sure of it. Hugh's feelings for her are the real deal. Well, that means his confession is, finally figured out the obvious, have we? Why, Prosecutor Blackwell, you're back. The confession was not but lies, save for the part about being in the mock trial. Can we all agree now that the killer is the one in charge of the audio, i.e. the accused? Ah! Why couldn't you have taken a longer stroll? No, you haven't unraveled the genius of my body double trick yet. You can't be serious. Do you really expect us to believe you had a body double? Yes I do, but if you think I didn't, then prove it. Either we quit here, and Juniper is found guilty, or we play along with Hugh's delusion. Let's go with the least worst choice, but first, let me update his testimony. You won't believe this, but I used a body double. Oh wait, hold on, we have different emotions now. Why does that have a surprise? Why are you surprised about that? That wasn't the real me at the mock trial. That means I didn't almost lose, my body double did. I slipped out stealthily while my double took care of the trial. So here's a problem already. Why are you there while your body double is on stage in front of everybody? That seems suspicious. I had the run of the campus. In short, I'm the killer. Juniper's innocent. Body double? A bunch of baloney. I know, but I can hear the noise. It means there's a contradictory emotion somewhere. A contradictory emotion? Everything he says is one big contradiction. Right, and that's why I can hear his inner voice loud and clear. If we just think about Hugh and his competitive nature, we should be able to figure out the root cause of his discord. Yeah, like... his competitive nature, he would want to win at all costs. But in this case, you didn't almost lose. Your body double did. Why would you risk sending in a body double to ruin your entire reputation? You would be the one on the stage, bark, bark, bark. Oh, and here you go. The body double almost lost, and you slipped out while your double took care of the trial? That's messed up. Why are you happy about that?
Got it!
I don't think this is correct. Mr. O'Connor, this motion is inconsistent with your testimony.
You don't know what you're talking about. I take joy in my intellect, feel anger toward your superficiality. Suffer sadness at the world's ephemeral. Suffer sadness at the world's ephemeral. I can put enough syllables in this word, ephemerality, and wonder at the universe's mysteries. I should have brought my dictionary to court. Wait, let me try that one again. I also suffer sadness at the futility of your efforts, but if you must. Okay, so. Okay, so I can understand being sadder about being the killer. Now, well, let's go back to the surprise of using a body double question mark.
Got it!
I don't know. Mr. O'Connor, this motion. Oh, boy.
Ah. Heck.
Used a body double. Okay, you didn't almost lose, your body double did. What do I point to here? I mean, you should go back to being happy about not actually losing, because it wasn't you. Yeah? There you go.
I didn't almost lose, you say? Very odd. You exhibited happiness the entire time, except during this statement.
You don't know when to give up. Wait, now that I think about it, neither do I.
No, don't. Stop making stuff up.
When I left the lecture hall, he was doing Professor Means' pre-trial speech. That's when I moved the body. I then slipped back in just before the verdict.
So you're saying you were there the moment your double was about to lose?
Yes, I was. Naturally, I wasn't happy when I saw that. In any case, I was at the far end of the lecture hall behind the screen. I figured no one would see me if I came and went through the doors there.
Objection!
Besides, Dono, how much longer will you indulge him in this charade? While it's true that none of the audience might see him go through either of those doors, the faculty seats on the balconies are a different story and have a splendid view. Huh. I thought you could do better than that. The lawyer's bench is on the right side when facing the front of the hall. I used the door on the right side near the lawyer's bench. That means my movements were only visible to someone in the left balcony seat. But that seat was empty at the time, which is only natural. After all, it belonged to Professor Court, and as we all know, she was already dead by then.
Well, that can't be right. An empty balcony seat on the left side contradicts this piece of evidence. Really?
Oh, the left side, we have Professor Means there.
Wait.
Well, you said on the left side. That's not the left side, that's the other side, so let's go ahead and bark back.
Take that!
I have no idea where this contradiction is going, but I don't have any other moves at this point. Guess I'll just have to follow it and see where it takes me. You said the left balcony seat was empty, but was it really?
I saw it with my own eyes. It was definitely empty.
What about this diagram? According to this, Professor Means was supposed to be seated in the left back of the seat. But if you left the lecture hall during his pre-trial speech, he would have been standing there at the seat addressing students and faculty. No, this can't be right. No, as goes Diane. You do no one any favors by exposing the falsities of his confession. I've told plenty of lies so far, but this part is true, I tell you. There was nobody in the left balcony seat. You gotta believe me. Doesn't seem like he's lying this time. Okay, Mr. O'Connor, let's have you testify again. This time, don't spare any details. You got it. I'll repeat it as many times as you'd like. I mean, my ingenious escape act warrants repeating, considering I'm the real killer. All I really care about is whether that seat was empty or not. Info update. The second floor was deserted. Okay. See the surprise. Why won't you believe me? It's true, I tell you. I went out through the back door without anyone noticing. Then all I'd do was go through the empty audio control room. It leads into the hallway, so I was perfectly capable of moving the body. Oh, good heck, this is a whole new park. Whoa. Whoa, talk about it. Whoa, talk about a change in tone. Reads like a totally different testimony. It's like he realized something terrible the moment he opens his mouth. If it's something he realized himself, this unease might also register in how he speaks. Right. I'll focus on places where he hesitates or stammers in. Why won't you believe me? All I had to do, hesitation, was go through the empty audio control room. Why are you sad about going through the empty audio control room?
Got it!
I detected powerful sadness and fear right after you said this part. As if you said something you shouldn't have. What's wrong with you? You shouldn't reveal a person's inner feelings for all to see. Mr. O'Connor, it's you who's revealing your emotions by the way you speak. Plus, I have a good idea about why you're feeling sad. You're a horrible person. Can't you just leave me be? You said you went through the empty audio control room. Why, it's not true, is it? There was someone who returned from there once Professor Maines finished his speech. And that someone who was in the audio control room was Junie? Question mark. Was it?
Take that!
I know you realize there was a problem with your statements. You were saying it. That's why you felt so uneasy. If the audio control room really was empty, that meant Miss Woods was roaming around the campus. Mr. O'Connor, if you really want to protect Miss Woods, just tell the truth. If you believe in her, revealing the truth is the same as protecting her. Juniper's innocent. That's the truth. But in this dark age of the law, the truth can be easily twisted to serve anyone's needs. When the end justifies the means, your only choice is to fight back with lies. Hugh's heart won't hold out under this battle between truth and lies. Is there something I can do to make him recant his false testimony? Fear nothing now that I've lost everything. Go ahead, Prosecutor Blackwell. Cut me down if you wish. I thought you'd never ask. With you gone, we may swiftly proceed to a verdict. Yeah.
He broke out of his shackles again.
Don't be the poor accountant down at the detention center.
O'Connor, in deference to your valor, I will limit your suffering with one clean blow.
Hold it!
Could you wait just one moment before you cut him down?
Silence!
You're not coming between a samurai and his foe, Sykes don't know. I never learned about this in law school. Careful, prosecutor. Remember that shocking experience you had last time?
Very well. Golden Boy may live. For now.
Enough already, Mr. O'Connor. Miss Woods would never want you to protect her this way. She values the friendship between three of you more than anything.
That's where you're wrong. She doesn't feel anything for me now. But what does it matter anymore? I might as well tell you everything. This is, no doubt, news to you, but I'm not, and never was, a genius.
Sorry, but I heard it new. Me too.
And don't forget me, though in all fairness it was pretty obvious.
I thought he was a genius at first, but
The stuff he said was crazy. No need to rub it in, just shut up and listen. It all started several days ago. I accidentally learned that my parents had been paying good money for my grades. But that's bribery.
so bribery wasn't Hugh's idea?
All of my perfect scores were the product of cold hard cash, not genius. Even worse when I confronted my parents about it over the phone. Juniper overheard me. Oh my, what a terrible misunderstanding. I've been living a lie. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm no genius. I'm completely worthless. A perfect zero. Ew. Even so, I still wanted to make it up to Juniper for disappointing her like that. That's why I want to clear her name by pinning the blame on me. I mean, she probably hates me now, so it'd be a relief for her to see me locked away. If you're trying to help her, then why'd you testify against her? You were the ones who told me to tell the truth yesterday, so I thought if I did, it would help her. You weren't trying to provoke us? Looks like we seriously misunderstood him, in more ways than one. At the detention center yesterday, Junie was in tears when she opened up to him. But the truth is, the friendship between three of them is still rock solid. If there was something that could be, or that could help me prove that to you, we even have proof of our friendship. Yeah, as long as our friendship lasts, you can bet we'll be carrying him around. I don't know. What about that proof of friendship they mentioned? I wonder what it is. What are you doing? What are the two of you doing in the realms of stuff done? Huh? I didn't buy it. It's handmade, and there's only one like it in the world. Maybe it's... No, that's definitely it. That band around his neck.
Mr. O'Connor, that band around your neck. That's your proof of friendship, isn't it? This is a cute moment.
Proof of friendship? Is that anything like a proof of purchase barcode?
In court, evidence is everything. That's why three friends created friendship bands. It's the evidence that proves their friendship.
Oh, how very interesting and chic.
If they have doubts about their friendship, they can look at the proof they have on hand. That's why Mr. O'Connor's hand always goes to his neck when he's pressured. Proves he still has feelings of friendship towards the other two. It doesn't matter if I wear. It doesn't matter if I wear it if those two.
Objection!
But they feel the same way too. I know they wear their friendship band somewhere. Junie and Robin must both feel the same way as Hugh. I just know it. Everything Hugh said leads me to believe that. In fact, he may have also just told me that the others wear their proof of friendship. Oh. He may have just told me that, yeah, that they're hard to spot, easy to touch, or not now. Doesn't matter if I wear it, if those two. I don't know. One or the other, or the other. Oh, I know. They must wear them in places that are difficult to see. Really? And where might they be? How about around the belly button or on the soles of the feet? That'd be hard to see. How could they wear their friendship bands there? Oh, right.
That's right, you're wrong.
Junie and Robin must both feel the same as Hugh. I just know. Everything Hugh said. Yep. Okay, so easy to touch. All we have to do is think back to their testimonies. Ready? Ms. Newman holds her arm on pressure. And Ms. Woods holds her wrist. I know Ms. Woods very well. She'd never abandon her friendship with you over something like this. And taking the blame for it will only succeed in making her terribly sad.
Robin, those bands of friendship that you made, just for the three of us. You may have forgotten about them, but not me.
Hugh!
Ah.
Hey, Hugh!
And to think, I should have known better than to doubt my best friends.
I didn't kill anyone. And I didn't have a body double. I didn't move the body. I didn't even... My poor back. I didn't even see it. And it may look like I'm speed reading Zen and the Art of Mastering the Bar Exam, but I haven't read a single word.
Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did. Hydrate. Yeah, I could do some of that. Scream is kind of goofy, though. Well, when you were a 25-year-old high school student. Anyway, thank you. It's okay. Well, you could have fooled me. In fact, you did. Who? So, Miss Sykes, can I place my trust in you? I'm going to save Junie. So, yes, you can place your trust in me. Then am I to understand that the witness is recanting his confession? Yes. A most roundabout trial. I much prefer the turnabout variety myself. Now, we are back to the fact that there was but one suspect who lacked an alibi, which is, in the end, the truth you've been seeking this entire time. So we're back to square one? I'm exhausted and depressed. It probably doesn't matter at this point, but I might as well update the mood matrix. Info update. Yes. Huh? Does this mean further resistance is futile? The time for a verdict is nigh.
Objection!
Please wait. Yeah, because we still have determined that Means' box was empty. And that Hugh was not out there. What sort of devilry up to now? What if our client wasn't the only one without an alibi? Trial would continue, right? Well, yes, I suppose it would. But after such a thorough investigation, does such a person really exist? Yes, we found someone. It may seem like a major roundabout, but Mr. O'Connor's testimony has cracked this case. There's no more noise. Hugh's telling the truth now. During the mock trial, the balcony seat opposite him really was empty, which now means that there's one person unaccounted for. Bye-bye. Besides Junie, the only other person without an alibi during the mock trial is Aristotle Means.
Take that!
The balcony seat was empty, and much is true, isn't it, Mr. O'Connor? That's right. How many times do I have to say it? So, basically, Professor Means wasn't where he was supposed to be during the mock trial.
Silence!
Need I remind you, every last soul in the lecture hall heard him deliver his speech.
Objection!
I know, and that's not in dispute here. Now, let me explain how a speech can be given from an empty seat. It was pre-recorded. What if a speech was pre-recorded? That's the only way a speech could have been delivered from an empty balcony seat. Wait, are you accusing Professor Means? That's insane. I mean, he's the one who gave me the tape recorder. Yeah? Take this to the police, he said, and tell them you found it. What? Really? Wait a second. Mr. O'Connor, you just say Professor Means gave that phony recording to you? Phony. The defense will refrain from hurling unsubstantiated allegations. Well, I said he gave it to me. What do you mean it's phony? Wow, we could have seen this develop. Tape recorder updated in the court record. Identified as a fake, Professor Means used Hugh to pass it on to the police. The voice shouted, "Your Honor," as recorded on this tape.
was dubbed onto it using the line our client said in the mock trial video.
Why, this is an extremely crucial piece of evidence.
Professor Maines gave Hugh the phony tape. If that's really true, Professor Maines has guilt written all over him. Your Honor, the defense moves to call Professor Aristotle Maines to stand.
Silence!
This seat was never empty. 'Twas but an oversight by our dullard of a witness. An inmate who was formerly a surgeon once told me something. He said it's often all too easy to overlook critical symptoms.
Objection!
Well, we're not going to overlook this oversight. If speech is pre-recorded, basis for respecting our client will be shattered. Well, let's check with Professor Maines and see whether the FPC was a witness oversight. A verdict without first looking at that would be inconceivable. The Maines grin.
That's enough, both of you. Now, here's my opinion on the matter. While a surgeon overlooking critical symptoms is a problem, a witness's oversight, too, must not be overlooked. Thus, as to the matter of whether Professor Maines was or was not in his faculty seat, I believe we must ask the professor himself.
I agree. Professor Maines should be here in the gallery today.
Do as you please. Will you please state your name and occupation for the record?
Certainly. I am Aristotle Maines. I teach the lawyer course at Themis Legal Academy, and let me add that while I welcome any opportunity to assist with the trial, I don't care for this undue suspicion. Don't worry, Professor. We're just interested in the mock trial video right now. We just need to take another look at that speech you gave. Can we count on your cooperation in this? Very well. If that's all you're interested in, please proceed, Mrs. Sykes. Ms. Sykes. We need to find some sort of evidence that shows this speech was pre-recorded.
All right, I believe we're ready. Let's roll the video.
Good afternoon. I would like to start by thanking you for coming here today. The mock trial, the crown jewel event of the school festival, will begin shortly. When I was a student, I, too, could hardly wait for this day to come. Oh no, I've forgotten how long and boring the speech was.
Wake me up once this is over.
Hey, no fair. The experiences of our youth have a powerful and profound effect on our adult. You there. Wake up. Pay attention. Huh? Hey! I'm awake. Isn't that right, Your Honor?
Oh, what? I'm awake too. Wide awake, see?
Jeez. Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all of you today. Pay attention, you may make a difference one day. Now, let the mock trial begin. So there's no pure white Lady Justice there. That statue is elsewhere. That is about it. One of my better speeches, if I do say so myself. I even saw some of our students with tears in their eyes. He's obviously not familiar with the phrase bored to tears.
Listen, Sykes Dono, if you have subjected me to this epic study in tedium without purpose, Taco will feast on your tongue after I've cut it out.
Hey! But you were asleep the whole time.
Well, Miss Sykes, did you notice anything strange about that speech?
Could I please hear that last part again?
Once again, our pure white Lady Justice will be watching over all of you today.
Hold it!
There! I finally found what we needed. Professor Means, I only one question about your speech. Why is that last part we just heard contradict with this?
Take that!
Professor said the pure white Lady Justice will be watching over him. But the Lady Justice in the video isn't even close to being white. It's as gold can be.
I'm not sure I can wrap my jaw around that to test its authenticity.
I didn't say it was made of gold, Your Honor. Now, it's true that this statue is pure white. But it broke before the mock trial began. The one you see here is its replacement.
Oh, well, that's a shame on every count.
Ironically, this golden statue sits out like a sore thumb compared to the white one. Meaning the professor wouldn't have made a mistake in its color if he'd been present.
It seems that I have caused some confusion, but it was merely an oversight on my part.
Objection!
Statue's in the middle of the room. How could you not know what it looked like?
Well, I was in a balcony seat. Furthermore, the statue had previously been white. I'm afraid this isn't sufficient evidence of the speech being pre-recorded. We had our answer long ago. The accused was the only one to leave the lecture hall.
No, wait. There's gotta be something that can prove the speech was pre-recorded.
According to the mock trial video, the speech started here and ended here.
It was a little over 10 minutes, but I doubt it wants to be tortured again. It was only a little more than 10 minutes? Felt like it went on forever. How'd you figure out how long it was?
Easy. There's a timestamp in the top right. All you have to do is subtract the time from the speech started from the time it ended.
Speech goes from 10-minute mark to 20:35.
Wait a second.
I could swear I've seen the same interval of time listed among the evidence.
$10:35.
Like, you might have something to do with this, but it doesn't say that anymore.
Broken on stage. Broken the day before.
Maybe I should recommend to use a speech time show it's pre-recorded.
Okay, so let's go ahead and break this.
Why can't I check out the bark?
I want to know about the bark before I turn it in and get killed.
Heck.
Alright, so let's try and... Well...
No, this is the... This is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, the tape is about 10 minutes, 35 seconds of noise required for the testing. Right. So here's me not noticing all the evidence that still exists because it's getting late. My brain is turning down.
Take that!
I'd like the court to take a look at this.
And this is...
The voice print analysis that proves the voice on the tape recorder belongs to our client.
Yes, but didn't we just establish that the voice on the tape recorder was a fabrication?
We did, but what I'd like to focus on is the noise that's also there.
Noise?
Yes. The defense believes it resulted when the tape's previous recording was erased.
And what do you hope to prove by that?
The length of the noise is what's important. It's 10 minutes and 35 seconds in all. And what the timestamp read that from Professor Means began a speech?
That would be exactly 10 o'clock.
Now let's fast forward this long-winded exercise and boredom to the end. Okay, stop. The video timestamp now reads 2035. Based on this, we know the time it took for blood to... Sorry. Based on this, we knew the time it took for speech alone.
Right. Subtract 10 minutes and you get 10:35. 10 minutes and 35 seconds.
Right. 10 minutes and 35 seconds. Same as the noise on the tape recorder. I assume you all understand what this means? Professor Means' pre-recorded speech had been where the noise is now.
Silence!
You seem rather confident considering this is a mere happenstance match of numbers.
Objection!
But is it really just numbers? The lab is continuing their study of the tape. So far, they found signs of overdubbing. But it's going to take a little bit longer to recover the audio that was erased.
Police are analyzing the noise as we speak. Won't be long till we know what was originally there. Now, sure of it. The professor's trying to create... Professor's trying to create an alibi with the court. By pinning the crime on Judy. Well, he's not going to get away with it. Not my watch. Heck. Miss Sykes, I believe you are well aware of my methodology. Even if Juniper were the perpetrator, I would vigorously defend her as per my word. And to that purpose, I offered to be her lawyer. Alas, look what's happened. All I've stated are obvious deductions derived from evidence and testimony. Truth be told, I had no intention of testifying. I had been keeping quiet for Juniper's sake. But now that you cast this blame upon me, I have no choice but to reveal the truth. Uh-oh, this don't sound good. I will now reveal the truth behind why I had to pre-record my speech before the mock trial. I, Professor Means, always say what I mean, and mean what I say, by all means. Sadly, we do not have time to get into a whole new testimony. So, Professor Means' testimony is where we shall return next time on Dual Destinies. Buck.